we're going to look at another piece of artwork by Paul Klee. Last week's lesson I kept saying Paul Klee, and I'm used to reading about a lot of artists, and I found out his name is pronounced Paul Klee. So I wanted to do another lesson about him because I do love his work, and I showed you his painting Cat and Bird at the end of the last lesson, and I thought it would be really neat to try to draw our own version of Cat and Bird, or something inspired by more of Paul Klee's work. This is really different than his work Castle and Sun. So I'll show you the drawing steps just like I did with the castles last week, and then how you decide to color it and what you decide to color it with is totally up to you. And the first step today is going to make sort of like a W shape. So watch here. So I made sort of like a W. Now we're going to make a line to connect this point to the point up here. And actually I'm going to make this go just a little higher so it's kind of even with that top line here. But instead of just connecting those, we're going to kind of make our line go that way first and then curve to connect here. So start with your first line. It curves and then it connects to the top. Once you do that, you're going to do the same thing, but going the other way. So we're going to start in the middle again, but we're going to curve that way and then curve to the top over here. So I have that cool looking shape. It's already starting to look like Klee's cat a little bit, isn't it? So for the next step, we are going to add the eyes. And we're going to start right where these two lines cross paths, and we're going to make an oval shape that connects all the way across. So to make an oval, I start here and I usually use one curved line this way, then I'll go back and I'll do another curved line the other way like that. And we're going to do the same thing on this side. Curved line here and one more. Now you can always pause the video just so you can take your time with this. If I'm going a little fast, just pause the video, make your lines and steps, and then you can move forward. So now we're going to add two more ovals in the middle of the eyes for the pupil of this cat. So we're going to make a curved line, but this time it goes down. And the same thing on the other side. A curved line that goes down and touches the point down there. I always call this kind of like a football shape or an oval with pointy ends. And then we're going to do the same thing over here. So find the middle of the eye. You're going to start at the top, make a curved line that goes to the bottom, and again on the other side. So now we can add a few more details. And in Paul Klee's picture, he has a heart for the nose. So I'm going to make a heart right down here. And the bottom of the heart is already kind of drawn there for you, right? Because you have those two diagonal lines. So you can just curve to make a heart that way. Then we put a small curved line down here, like this. And then I always find the whiskers are pretty fun. And his whiskers are pretty wispy. So I just kind of like to do them quick like this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, some good whiskers. And you can do two straight lines for the neck. So one here and one here. Now, some people might stop here, but I thought it would be fun to show you how you might add a bird. And you can draw a bird however you'd like, but if you'd like to draw a very simple one like Paul Klee did, because again, he liked people to use their imagination and look at what's here and maybe not even know it's a bird or imagine what it might be or why is the bird there, using your imagination to make up a story about this. So to draw a simple bird like Klee did, we're going to use another one of those ovalish football shapes. So just like with the eyes, a curved line and another curved line. And he kept it really simple. He put a triangle on the end of one side. And I believe, I'm not looking at his picture right now, but something like that for the other side. You can look at his picture to really get the details. Two lines like that, because the bird's resting on the kitty's head. And then there's a circle right above it. And I always knew this was a bird because of the title of the painting, but otherwise I would have had to use my imagination to imagine what was there. You can change your picture. Even though we're inspired by Paul Klee's work, we make these pictures our own. So I'm going to add some circles in the background just because I think that would be pretty fun. And just like with his castle-inspired work that we did last time, how you add color is going to be up to you. Some of you might paint. Some of you might use markers and crayons. Maybe you use a little of both. You can go back to last week's video to get some ideas for that. Now, I used marker again, but if you had used pencil and you want to outline your work with a dark marker like we talked about last week, feel free to do that. Another thing you can do, I just wanted to show you, I had so much fun with last week's lesson, the castle and sun picture. So after I had done my big one, I decided to make a mini one. So I thought this would be really cool to make miniature ones on smaller papers and give them away as Christmas gifts or cards for people for their birthdays, things like that, because they come out really nice. And I just wanted to show you how painting or coloring in your entire paper just makes it look really nice. So no matter what kind of art you're working on, it gives you a really finished look when you've outlined and when you've added color to your whole paper. So you may want to think about that today on your Klee cat, and maybe after you practice the steps a few times, you can make some little ones and give them away to people. It's pretty fun. I hope you enjoyed drawing your own version of Cat and Bird, and remember, the more you practice the same drawing steps over and over, the better you'll get at them, and soon you'll be able to do them without even watching a video or looking at the steps. So have fun with this, artist. Remember to fill your page with color. See you next time.